Hey everybody, I'm Mark Wynn.
Stop, you're making me laugh. I'm Tina Gomez.
You sure?
Yes, I'm positive.
Are
you sure you're Mark Wynn?
We are a team.
I know.
And we are Team Anamex, self-published couple. And today we're going to talk about something really exciting. We're going to tell you guys all about our newest book.
The Heart of Fortune.
Which is in the same series as
The Gift of Fortune. Nope, yep. And The Price.
I'll just,
okay.
Yep, you hold one, I hold one. But then again, if they're reading from left to right, okay. So, yeah. So it's the third.
It's the third installment
in this trilogy of books here.
Yes, novels. So, what is the Fortune trilogy? You may be asking that while you're sitting in your chair eating chips and guzzling soda. Well, it is a novel trilogy
that we started 2 years ago.
The Gift of Fortune trilogy follows a character named Michael Fortune, who is a writer.
So he's in the beginning stages of his writing career, and things were going great at first, but then he starts to lose inspiration, and his stories aren't as good as they used to be, according to his publisher. So his publisher comes to him with an offer saying that he would have to transform his previous stories, which were mainly about like love and about different couples. And so his publisher comes to him and says that you now have to change your story to a horror story. And
that's a drastic change.
Yeah. And the worst part about this all is Michael isn't just a normal writer. Michael actually has the ability to create actual beings, which are the characters that he writes about.
Yeah, in his story.
So while everyone thinks that they're just normal characters, he now has to dump all these innocent lives into a horror story created by his boss and his publisher. And to make matters even worse,
he accepts the offer, the deal, because his publisher believes that this will start getting him sales again on his books. And what sucks about it is he's doing it for his beloved.
Yes, his wife is a very sick individual, and with the money that they make from the books is kind of how he helps keep her
as healthy as he can.
There's also something else that he does, but
you'll have
to read to find that out.
Yeah. You're probably wondering, well, if this was a romance story, but now it's a horror story, well then, what genre is it? Well, to sum it up, it's horror, but it has subgenres like thriller and suspense, and I believe there's another one.
Supernatural. Okay, so some of our inspirations for this story, we originally took bits and pieces from ideas. We were huge fans of Death Note, so there's some inspiration there. Some of my earliest inspiration was from the mystery murder suspense story, and Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, one of my favorite books.
And then another inspiration for the books is a comic book series called The Emery Wars.
The Emery Wars is a comic book series by Claudio Sanchez and Chandra Eckert, which is, their husband and wife. But Claudio Sanchez is the lead singer of
Coheed and Cambria,
which is like
an amazing band.
Yes, and our favorite band.
Yes.
So they were a huge inspiration as well.
Yeah.
And so all of that came together for us to put out our second book,
Hostile Love.
The House of Love is a really short book. It's only like 100 pages or so, but we put a lot of work and effort, into that short story. And it was originally intended to be a series 2.
Oh.
We made a video about this in the past, but
we just felt that there was something missing, that maybe it wasn't long enough to, and we just were like,
we just wanted to do more with it.
Yeah, we wanted to do more, wanted to have a message in it as well. Before it was just like a straightforward story. But now, the new, like the transformation of this is, it now has like a message, like you can get something from it, no matter who you are. It's a journey, and the writing has gotten a lot better.
Vastly improved.
Yes.
The writing with Hostile Love was a little more straightforward, and with the Fortune series, we definitely tried to be a lot more complex.
Yeah,
there's like, we gave it our all. Like, honestly, there's so many multi-layered things going on. There's multiple different meanings to like just the overall story, and just there's a lot in there.
And it's a huge step up.
Yeah, and there's actually a ton of Easter eggs in there too, that at some point we'll maybe make a video about, in case you guys wanted that.
Yeah, there's been quite a bit of difficulties along the way with completing our first series. There's been a lot of times where we had to like push back the date that it's supposed to come out.
And as many of you might know, we're actually working on 2 series at a time: Anamex Beast Armor, which is our graphic novel series, as well as this series simultaneously.
Yeah.
So that in and of itself, extremely difficult to do, switching genres, but it's also something we wanted to do as well, to kind of give us a break.
Like a balance.
Yeah, like a balance between like the more manga action style stuff and something more serious, and just completely different transition of storytelling.
Right.
But another thing that was very difficult about completing our first series, which is definitely a huge accomplishment,
Yeah.
big milestone for us.
Yeah.
But I would say is just, for me, there's certain things in the story that we put into it that have bits and pieces of our lives in it, and so
like our personal life.
Yeah.
Off camera.
Of course, exaggerated, but there's bits and pieces there that kind of makes us a little vulnerable to actually, put it out there for the world to see and digest and whatnot.
Right.
And we have a message that we really would like, the world to hear. We don't know how that's going to be perceived, but really going out on a limb. Not that it's anything crazy, but just it's just like one of our first times being very open about a particular thing about our lives.
Right. Yeah. One of my difficulties, which is just a difficulty in life, period, is I'm very sickly. I have a lot of health issues, and a lot of times it holds me back, even in my everyday life. So it's hard to like just, not only deal with that, but to write books and make art on top of that. So yeah, that's pretty much what was mostly holding me back. So the first 2 books, which is The Gift of Fortune and The Price of Fortune, those 2 books were mainly focused in the past, and it takes place on an island. And The Heart of Fortune actually takes place with Michael, who is the main character, and
the story is primarily focused on Michael and his predicament and everything that he's going through, and then it actually transitions to the present, where the story is no longer in the past. So along with this being a difficult book for us to produce, another thing that was I won't say difficult, but another thing that was that came with some issues is that we implemented a variety of different writing styles in this book. So
like past tense, present tense.
There's dialogue with supernatural beings. There's a section that's completely a newscast feed, and that has its own kind of its own format that's separate from any of the other pages in the books.
Surrealism, styled nightmares, just multiple different things.
Yeah, which those are really interesting. We can't wait for people to read those. And we did all these things to basically challenge ourselves. Like, we've been working on this series for like 3-4 years, or maybe something like that. And so with each book, we've been wanting to get better. And with this one, we just really wanted to give it everything we got. So we wanted to challenge and push ourselves beyond what we would normally do. And that's just like, as we're both artists, sometimes you challenge yourself to draw things that you normally don't draw, or
right, to just like get out of your comfort zone and do something different,
or paint when you normally use pencils.
Yeah. So something that we decided to put there on the back of the books, the back cover, is like a tagline. In a way, like embodies or introduces the story. So the gift of fortune says, "Am I a god?"
Which is a line taken directly from the book too.
And then the price of fortune, it says, "How much is a life worth?"
And when Heart of Fortune comes out, you'll see on the back of there, the new tagline for that book will be, "Being close to death can also put you close to life." So, something to think about.
So like we mentioned in the beginning of the video, there are messages, there are certain things in the story that we're hoping that people will take away from the story, whether it has to do with, I don't know, maybe you'll be inspired to create something, different than what you would do, reaching out of your comfort zone and doing something different.
When you read this series, really watch Michael's journey and his fall, and everything that Michael goes through and overcomes is very similar to the things that many dark things that we go through in life, that we have difficulties trying to escape. So we hope that this story will really speak to the people who have really been through tough times, and maybe they've survived those times, or they have yet to find a way out of those dark places in their lives.
Overall, the Heart of Fortune is the reason why we started the series in 2016. It's the core inspiration behind what we wanted to achieve making this series. So when the Heart of Fortune comes out, we hope that you will pick it up, give it a read, and if you haven't already, try to pick up The Gift of Fortune or The Price of Fortune. Read the series as a whole. We really think that you guys will enjoy it and take something from it, and just hopefully be proud of it as much as we are.
This may be the most important series of books that we ever do.
If you enjoyed all this babbling and awesomeness, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends, your family, whoever. Just show us some love. And thank you all for watching. You have a blessed day.
And buy books, please.